I wouldn't be going through any of this legal trouble. Not a single drop of it. If I was trying to convince men to castrate themselves, I'd be fine. But when I say, no, you're a man, you have to protect what you care about and stand up for what you believe in, no, then you're a problem. And it's a problem because they're trying to enslave all of us. And I don't think anybody at home actually understands where this AI tech and where the world's going. They're trying to enslave all of us. And when you come in as a conquering army, the first thing you do is you destroy the warriors. It's always been the same. You kill all the military-age males so that you're left with eunuchs, young boys who can't fight back, and girls. And they don't want men who listen to me or men like me because they know we would rather die. And they don't like it.
Should men listen to you when you say that you can have as many children as possible? If you have at least 10 children and 4 wives, you're a pussy bitch, I think you said, and genetic failure.
I said, no, this is a very good question. And again, we look at, sometimes I say things in hyperbole or I say things sarcastically for comedic effect. I do believe that children are extremely important. I do believe a man should have kids. I do believe we need families. I do believe the Western world needs more children. In fact, the Western governments themselves believe in it. That's why the populations are declining and collapsing. That's why we have to import people from all around the world because nobody has kids. I believe a man's duty is to have children with the woman he loves, absolutely. If he loves more than one woman and he wants kids with all of them and they're all happy, consenting adults, I once again condone that. I think that a lot of the people running the world is strangely coincidental that none of them have kids. Have you ever actually looked at the people in the Western world, the people who are in charge of us, none of them have kids? Isn't that weird? Wouldn't you want to be like 65 and have no kids at all and just aim for the control of the entire population and to try and starve everyone to death? I don't know. Anyone without kids I don't trust, and I'll stand by that.
Some of the studies show that the reason the child production rate, if you like, has diminished is because people are trying to do the other side of what you say, make money and be successful.
I'd agree with that study. I would agree that the reason people are now not having as many children is because they're chasing money, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily down to the fact they want to be overly ambitious. I think they're chasing money because their government has destroyed their ability at living a fair and free and semi-comfortable life on any kind of normal wage. So when they inflate the currency to the moon, and when crime gets out of control so you need to move to a more expensive house, and when your living standards collapse, of course you're not going to be trying to have kids because you're trying to pay your bills, and the government's done that on purpose. Very few governments are actually making initiatives directly aimed at trying to promote people having children. Hungary's done it, South Korea's just recently done it, but most of the Western countries' answer is just to open the borders.
But does that make them genetic failures?
I wouldn't say, well, let me answer this carefully. If you fail to pass on your genetics, you have failed.
Some can't.
Why can't they?
I mean, it could be genetic.
Well, of course. I mean,
but is that failure? Is that failure or misfortune?
That's very misfortunate. But if you're a man